Welcome to Inside Bremerton. We are in Manette, and today is the Manette Fest, and what fabulous weather.
Yes.
It always happens, and we're never going to jinx it because always it's great weather.
Beautiful.
Joining me is Julie Post, and Julie is one of the organizers of the Manette Fest. Who was the other person that helped?
Nancy Bellinger. She owns the Weekender.
Great.
So she's my co-chair.
Good. Julie, what business do you have in Manette?
I own Rejuve Massage and Spa up on Scott Avenue. We've been here in Manette for 11 years in October.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Awesome business.
Thank you.
You're probably, after today, all these vendors are probably going to need a good massage.
Right, exactly.
That's great. Julie, give us a little history first of the Manette Fest. When did it start?
It started in the early 90s. Pete, who owned Pete's Jersey Subs, which is now the Bridge Deli on the corner of Pitt and East 11th, he started it out as just a music festival.
That's
It was very small on the patch of green grass,
right
next to where the Weekender is now.
Right.
And it just continued to grow every year, and now we're at 70 plus vendors this year, and we have some buskers, so a little bit different this year.
Yeah, so, very cool.
Yeah.
There's music going on. Food trucks is what I've noticed.
Yeah.
Those are a great addition to any festival.
Absolutely.
And really, we want them in Bremerton.
Yes.
We want food trucks in Bremerton. So that's a great score. And the vendors are really a majority of handmade items.
Absolutely, yeah. We have a lot of local handmade gifts, as well as our local businesses are represented, which is always great, and our churches too. We appreciate them so much for all the volunteer work.
Yep.
Yeah, we wouldn't be able to do what we do without them.
Yeah,
so.
Great. How about the Manette restaurants?
The Manette restaurants, well, you have plenty of food options. One of them is right back here, the Boat Shed Restaurant. Can't beat that view.
That's exactly
right. And then we have the Bridge Deli, the Manette Saloon, La Fermata, Der Block and Brewery up at the Perry. So a lot of options.
Yeah, lots of options. And so the day started with a fun run. And
yes.
How was that? The morning was absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, we had a 5K fun run and kids dash.
Nice.
Everyone, or the first 60 finishers got a little finishers award. That was also organized by the Manette Neighborhood Coalition.
Excellent.
And then we had the pancake breakfast at the Manette Saloon, and then the vendors opened up at 10 o'clock, and we're here till 4.
Great. And then the parade. The smallest little,
the tiniest parade. Yeah, so
does tiny mean very small route, or not a lot of participants, or
both? Kind of. Everybody is welcome to join the parade every year. We invite the children and dogs and cats. I mean, whatever. But this year we made our huge 9-foot orca, and then we had sea creatures following. I've got some photos. So
excellent!
I can share those with you.
Great, Julie. Excellent. Tell the community how far in advance does the planning start for this festival?
The planning generally starts, we're accepting preliminary applications today, actually. So
for next year?
Yeah, for next year. So we try to start planning spring.
Mm-hmm. Good.
Kinda.
After the festival, they probably take a few months off and gather their thoughts, make their notes, and
absolutely,
and then start organizing for next year.
Yeah.
So it's always the second weekend in September.
Correct.
Following our Blackberry Festival, and it's right down here on East 11th, and fabulous location, great neighbors, and this community is just so awesome. Stay with us. We'll be right back. We're going to talk to some more folks. We'll be right back. Welcome back. We're with Ruth Reese. Everybody knows this woman. She has owned numerous businesses in Manette. She's got generations of history in Kitsap County. And what groups are you affiliated with that help organize this event?
Well, the MBA, which is the Manette Business Association, which has been going, not positive, but since the 90s, right after the Manette Fest started, the MBA started, and we had and the other group that I'm with is the Manette History Club, and I'm the president of it.
Mm-hmm. This woman, you want history in Manette? Ruth Reese knows it. She does. But what we
Thank
want
you.
you to talk
Thank
about...
you.
Oh, yeah, hey, that's fact.
Okay.
What we want you to talk about is the parade.
Oh,
The tiny parade. How did all that go?
well, it went great. Today we had an orca and all the little sea creatures. I think Julie already probably mentioned that, but it was fun, and we always have fun. And because it's such a little parade, it is the world's tiniest, you know. We go up, and then we turn around, and we come back. But we even did that in the very first parade, which was, there were cars in that one, and that was back in the 90s. And I remember Miss Daisy Mabel May drove their 48 Plymouth and headed that one out, and I said, we can't quit now, this is too fun. So we came down, you used to be able to come down by the boat shed, and we came around, we went up, and we did it again.
Oh,
So
sweet.
it's a great parade, and there were a lot of kids in it, and
Great.
you can have your animals, or
Yeah.
you can, all adults are welcome.
Yeah.
It's a great thing.
Great. Ruth, why is it important that, we have Manette Business Association, Manette Neighborhood Coalition, and is there one more, the History Association? Why is it important for those three to work, three organizations, or is there more? And why is it important that they work together?
Well, because we all are about Manette. And the history, I like to be involved because I have some background. And then the coalition is just a great community group that is a volunteer association that really helps the MBA. And we can always use the help. So they all work good together.
Great community here in Manette, and those of us that don't live in Manette say we either live in West Manette or North Manette. Somehow,
Right.
just kind of like the state of Texas. If you don't live in Texas, you live in North Texas, or I never claimed that, but I've heard many people say that. But I personally live in East Manette.
Oh, good. I'm glad
Some
to hear
folks
that.
today said they lived in North Manette, but it's all the same because we are Manette folks. We love Manette, and this little festival is fabulous. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Thanks, Ruth.
Thank you.
Hi, this is the Manette History Club booth, and we are sharing what we know about local history from our big book, the Green Book. If you find this page on transportation, shows the city of Manette, where Manette got its name, and the pioneer that ran between Manette and Bremerton. This area was first settled many years ago by a group of American Indians connected with the Suquamish tribe. They had a fort right over by the head of the bridge there, sort of defending the inlet from marauders in the north. Manette itself is older than Bremerton. It was not incorporated as an early site. At first, they called it Decatur, but they couldn't get that name, so they ended up with Manette. Let's see, I've got a picture here of one of the early schools. The first school was over on what is now Wheaton Way, but this school was built in about 1912 to 1913. This is the Manette School. I went to 5th and 6th grade here. It was replaced by the brick building that's now a church up on Hayward. Here in downtown Manette, one of the earliest buildings is the one right behind us, where Mrs. Aldridge had her variety store. She was still in business when I was a little girl, and we used to go in and look at the glass partitions between each little section on the high counters. She always liked it when my sister and I came with our mom because we knew we weren't supposed to touch. I can remember I still have a couple of little toys I bought from Aldridge's variety store. So down at the corner, there's a blue building, That was Roy and Glenn's Market when I was a child. And across the street from us was the jewelry store. Post office was up on Scott, and then later it moved down to the building right across the street from us. So Manette has a long history, the oldest, longest continuing operating business until it closed a few years ago was the Maple Leaf Tavern, which was torn down for street widening just last summer. But in 1988, it had been still in operation for 53 years. The person who bought the lot got it on sold for taxes. They paid $1.99 for the lot that the Maple Leaf Tavern was on. So, Manette has a wild history, great history. Started as a sort of a community of settlers and small farmers. People would row back and forth to the shipyard for employment. Then when the bridge was built and finished and opened in 1930, it really opened the community. I was going to look up when it annexed to Bremerton. I do not remember that number right offhand, so I'm not going to say it. But we have a lovely new bridge here, so lucky to have one that's pretty as well as functional. The old bridge was fun, but scary. So come to Manette, enjoy everything that's here, be part of history.
Welcome back to Inside Bremerton. I'm with Carol Lee Johnson. She is Seeds of Grace in this community. Carol Lee, number one, your haircut's awesome.
Thanks.
Tell us what's going on with Seeds of Grace. How long have you been in existence and what's happening currently?
So for 2 summers, we've been building gardens here in Bremerton and also in Mexico. Last summer we built 2 gardens locally, and this summer we built 5. And so far this summer we've harvested over 600 pounds of food just from those 5 gardens, and it looks like with this weather we're going to be harvesting for another probably 6 weeks or so.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Tell us where those gardens are in Bremerton, please.
Yeah, will do. So we have 2 gardens in local parks, one at Haddon Park and one at Lions Park. And then we have a garden up at right next to the Boys and Girls Club, and that garden is called the Victory Gardens. We also have a garden at the West Hills STEM Academy, and that garden it also serves as a classroom, which is so exciting to get kids inside there and let them learn more about those fruits and vegetables. We also have a garden out at Clahalia Secondary School, one down at the Red Barn Youth Center on the Key Peninsula.
Great.
Yeah.
Expanding.
Yes. Yes.
So how can people help you? You have a bazaar coming up.
Yeah.
So what are the dates and information on that?
So we have a bazaar that's going to be out at the Van Zee Hall at the fairgrounds. The bazaar is on December 5th and 6th, and right now we're still registering vendors for that bazaar. We only have about half the tables left, so I would suggest people, if they get registered for it.
Should they go to a website? What should they do?
Yeah, www.dreambigaskbold, all one word, .org. That's where they're going to find information. And we're also looking for volunteers to get 10 gardens built locally next summer. So if you want to jump in on that, that's our goal.
Excellent.
Go to that same website and click on Teams, and we'll be able to get you signed up to help us out.
Great. Keep up the good work, Carol Lee. So good to see you at the Manette Fest. Stay tuned.
Thank you.
Welcome back to Inside Bremerton. We are in the Manette Clinic booth, and this is Tanya Spoon. Tanya, tell us about the Manette Clinic.
Well, the Manette Clinic is a membership-based family practice clinic here in Manette. We charge our members a monthly fee, and they can get all of their primary health care needs that they need with the one monthly fee. Whether they need to be seen one time or 100 times, it's all covered with one fee. We do not bill insurance.
You do? Oh, you do not. So what is your background, Tanya?
I'm a nurse practitioner. I have my doctorate, and I've been in family practice in Silverdale for 10 years.
So she's a medical professional.
Yeah.
Why did you choose Manette to do this kind of work?
Well, Manette is my neighborhood.
Awesome.
I live here, so
Yay.
I wanted to have a place that was close to my home, something that I could sustain over the next 15 or 20 years, and I felt like my neighborhood was the best one in the area to do that in.
Awesome. So the Manette clinic is right in Manette, right next to the bakery. Right at the end of the Manette Bridge. And check it out. Go to themanettegeclinic.com. Very interesting new business in Manette. Thank you, Tanya. Best wishes.
Thank you very much.
Hi, thank you for joining us today with Inside Bremerton. I'm Greg Wheeler. I'm the council president, and we sure appreciate everybody out here joining us today in a beautiful Manette Fest day. So have a great one. Thank you.